Happy Wednesday. Today's topic is cravings. My name is Anuschka Alborzian. I'm an empowerment health coach and healer.
And I'm Samar L. I am a behavioral health professional. I'm an addictionologist. Very fitting for today's topic. All right, so let's talk about our topic. Yesterday we shared about, anything of too much of anything isn't actually good for us. And then we kind of dived just quickly into our eating habits, right? We're really kind of focusing on what we're doing these days. And one of the things that's really interesting with food is that when we become deprived, when our brain is actually deprived and we're in that state of starvation. So obviously glucose is like the food for the brain, right? We know that. And when you are starving, what it's asking you to do is to feed it that. So often what we do is when we're like really hungry and we just attack whatever that seems like most convenient for us to eat right away, and then we have a tendency to consume quite a bit of it, is because of that the brain is deprived of the hormone glucose, right? Mm-hmm. So you shared yesterday something. You said you had an orange and
loquats, those little
berries, those berry things. What you actually did without really knowing is that you fueled your body very quickly with natural sugars. Mm-hmm. So then you provided yourself time to think about, okay, what am I actually not going to eat that would be, it would have probably been a healthier choice rather than, let's say, if you had gone home after that really long walk and you're really hungry, you're really thirsty, right? And then, you would have grabbed a bag of chips and, the tub of hummus, and that's what you would have done.
Yeah, because it's like the whole willpower thing too, right? So it's like if we're not giving our brain what it needs, then willpower is just like out the door. And the next thing you know, you see red and you like open the fridge and you just want to devour the entire fridge. And I knew like I wanted to make sure that, I don't do that, which is why I ended up having, a few things before. And it's always great to have anything that's alkaline before you eat anything anyway. Just because it like literally will give your stomach a lining, right? An alkaline lining. So if you do have other foods that are acidic and whatnot, at least there's that protective alkaline layer. So that is something else that I wanted to talk about, since I'm all about health and alkalinity and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, and we were talking about, there are times where people do give into these cravings. I mean, it's natural. It's human nature, especially if you live like, Ashkan will bring out a bag of chips and hummus, and I'm like, oh my God, all right, fine, give me one,
And we never stop at one. One is not enough, and 10 is,
Right. And it's like, well, one, I noticed that happened the other day, and I was I got so frustrated with myself that I was like, that's it, I'm cleansing for 2 days, which is fine, because there's, of course, practices you can put in place. One of them being, we said breathing or drinking some water beforehand. Or one of the things I do want to say, though, if you are going to give into it, at least eat it with all the joy and love. Like, look at this food as like, oh my God, this is the best thing that I'm eating. Because when you're guilty in eating, you're like double the trouble for your body.
Yeah, well, that drink a cup of water before, when you're really hungry, before you start eating. I learned that from my sister. And I actually remember when we were younger, and you would like grab a cup of water before you started eating. Like my parents would say, don't fill up with water, right? But in all reality, we learned later on that if you actually drink a good, cup of water before you eat, it's like your body slows down and it takes enough that it needs. It takes the amount of food that it needs, and then you stop rather than keep eating and eating and eating, because the body is always thirsty, of course, right? Yep. So you feed it what it needs, and then it grabs the amount of nutrients that it is, deprived of really interesting stuff that we're learning, you know.
Yeah, the body is very intelligent.
And then tomorrow we're going to talk about habits.
Yep. So yeah, if you are getting value from this, you're enjoying these, please share them, subscribe, comment below, let us know what value you're getting out of these. We'd love to hear from you, or even feel free to DM us any questions of any kind. That's what we're doing. We're here to support you.
Have a good one. Send us those private messages too if you really need to. Bye.
Bye.